Hello, welcome back to Foos Entertainment for my review of 2017's The Fate of the Furious, the 8-film collection for the Fast and Furious films in 4K UHD. This is the concluding and final one in this box set. So I'll put that right here. All right, The Fate of the Furious. You noticed in Furious 7, I was kind of, looking weird when I said that was my favorite one. It isn't. It was until I watched these films. The Fate of the Furious is definitely my favorite one. Why? Well, The Fate of the Furious to me, again, I did not see this one in theaters either. I really liked this one. I really did. I thought that the stakes could never be any higher than that they were in this movie. I mean, this really is the crown jewel of the Fast and Furious films, if you ask me. You have so much cool stuff in this. Of course, Deckard Shaw, again played by Jason Statham, becomes a protagonist in this movie. First off, kind of like the middleman. You can't really trust him, but you have to trust him. He has his good moments, has his bad moments, type of thing. It's also kind of the start of the comicness relationship between Hobbs and Shaw. Started in this movie, which of course you would see took into ultimate extremes in the spin-off, which was made after this movie. And the action in this movie is even crazier than all the others. And the concept of the movie is really what gets me a lot in the movie. All right, and with that said, let's go into the synapses and plot. Being in Cuba, Havana, Cuba, Toretto and Letty are living out their life and living pretty much being on their honeymoon, finally celebrating, their marriage on a honeymoon vacation in Havana, Cuba. And Toretto gets contacted by a mysterious woman. She was only known as Cypress, played by Charlize Theron, who will return in the next official Fast and Furious film as the villain as well. And she pretty much holds the leverage over Toretto, in which we find out that the previous romantic interest that Toretto had in Fast and Furious, actually, not as far back as that, actually. Just Fast 5. So the romantic interest he had in Fast 5, he actually impregnated her, and she didn't tell him, and so he gets given a deal. I will kill your ex-girlfriend, and I will kill your newborn son if you do not do what I tell you to do. And she requests that Dominic works for her and betrays his team so that she could pretty much start a big terrorism on the world with nuclear arsenal. She has him, she first has him betray his team, throw him off guard, and take an EMP device to wipe out all the electronic devices around. Then he steals Russian nuclear launch codes. And then she sends him into Russia, into a secret base of operations which has a nuclear submarine with nuclear missiles. Then, of course, Shaw gets the rap for it. I think it's broken out by the CIA with the head honcho, Mr. Nobody, again being played by Kurt Russell for the second time, to and also has to team up with Deckard Shaw, again played by Jason Statham. Breaks them out, and they team up with our main players and our beloved family team. And their job is to try to stop Toretto and find out why he's doing what he is doing. And convince him to stop what he's doing and take on the real threat, which is the world's deadliest cyber terrorist known as Cerberus, played by Charlize Theron. And of course, the ex-girlfriend gets murdered right in front of him, who doesn't play by the rules. Then he actually asks for help from Deckard Shaw and Owen Shaw's criminal mastermind mom, and sets up a coup to infiltrate the ghost, stealth plane that Cypress is on and run operations from. In doing so, Deckard Shaw and Owen Shaw, played by Jason Statham and Luke Evans, rescue his son. And upon that, he saves the day, obviously, and does crazy stuff. Now, the crazy stunts in this one include controlling with the computer systems of modern cars, controlling all cars and driving them with remote control from a different base of operations. And send them all out, causing road rage like you have never seen with stuff. As well as goofy. Now, this is where people get a little bit sketchy about this one, is the goofiness. Like, for example, you actually have Dwayne Johnson's character, Luke Hobbs, taking a missile and throwing it with his hands, pushing it on the ground and throwing it at vehicles and blowing them up. It's just kind of, but you know, a whole lot of the stunts in these movies, people, are. I don't know about that. A lot, all right? So it shouldn't be anything new to have ridiculous, unrealistic stunts and crazy things going on in these movies. I think what I like of the movie so much is the fact that you have the crew go up against their leader, and you have all this crazy stuff happening. This is definitely the darkest chapter of the Fast and Furious films is of yet as well. And it's just action-packed and it's great. And there's lots of fun. I mean, like there's a funny little sequence at the end of the film where Statham his character puts headphones on the little baby, and then starts killing all the bad guys on Cypress's plane and making jokes and stuff like that. It gets really funny at times too. I definitely like the levity. Now, quality. This is the first one that was officially a 4K movie. So this one actually does have was originally filmed with a 4K DI, and it actually was in both Dolby Atmos and Dtsx during its theatrical run. So the Dtsx sound presentation on this movie is actually legitly a Dtsx master audio track in all of its glory. It's just something that wasn't being converted to something that, being converted to a Dtsx track instead. So yes, the black levels are brilliant in this one. The color is far more widened out. You have far more colors than all of the other films. Although some of them were pretty freaking good, especially 7 and 6. 5 definitely surprised me of how dark that movie was. But I could definitely say that this is probably the best one out of the entire box set, is The Fate of the Furious, which should not be a surprise due to the fact that it really is a 4K movie to begin with. Which of course brings us to the Dtsx sound presentation. This is one of the most demo-worthy Dtsx sound presentations you're going to find. There's a lot of stuff going on all over the place in this one. This one's all over the place. You have very consistent overhead effects, object-based effects, surround effects, stereo effects, mono effects, good bass, good use of subwoofer and all that stuff. This is a really good explosive sound presentation on all cylinders. It reminds me a lot of Fast 5, only better. So yeah, this is definitely going to make your HDR, Dolby Vision display happy. It's going to make your Dolby Atmos as well as Dtsx sound system very happy. Of course, this one's in Dtsx. But yeah, definitely a grand experience and a good grand finale to this box set, I would say. Do I have high hopes for Furious 9? I do. I definitely do have a lot of high hopes for Furious 9, I could say that. And it would be called Furious 9, definitely. Although I don't think it would be called Furious 9, it actually might be called The Fast and Furious 9. I don't know, it's kind of interesting how they name these movies. But I'm looking forward to it, and I definitely have high hopes. And that's pretty much my views on The Fate of the Furious from 2017. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you guys for what I think is the funnest action movie in recent times, which is Hobbs and Shaw. And I'll be reviewing that next. Until then.